Hey Mama, welcome to the podcast. My name is Jocelyn, host of the Positivity in Pregnancy and Motherhood podcast. And this week we are going into week 17 of your pregnancy. Congratulations. Each week is a milestone and good to celebrate. On other news that is unrelated to that, I have a new jingle or a new intro and outro. I know if you're like me, you probably usually skip through those, but where I have a new one, you should listen to it and kind of hear what my goals are with this podcast and what I'm striving to do in helping pregnant mothers and then mothers in motherhood. If you listened to my Tuesday episode, you probably already heard it, but if you're only here for the pregnancy episodes, this is new. So I'd appreciate it if you took a listen to it, and let's jump into the episode. Hi, I'm Jocelyn, fellow mom of 5 and host of the Positivity in Pregnancy and Motherhood podcast. I help pregnant women and mothers to find the positivity in their season of life through changing their thoughts to work for them and not against them. I help mothers find the small, doable steps in thought and action without making drastic changes to their everyday mom life. And I can help you. Let's find positivity during our pregnancies and in our motherhood together. Thanks for joining. What did you think about that intro? It's kind of fun to change things up now and then. So we are going to jump right into it. And a lot of what I want to talk about today is the movement of the baby. But before we talk about baby moving, we are going to give you, or I, not we, I am going to give you some updates on what's happening in your body with baby and things that you may be dealing with your own body as well. So baby's body is about the size of an onion now. They have fingerprints and they can suck on their fingers. A fun fact that I didn't know prior to doing some research for this episode was that baby has around 300 bones, which is a lot compared to an adult skeleton, which has 206. And that was kind of interesting to me. The reason why there's so many is because the bones are going to continue to grow and harden, and they'll fuse together. And they'll keep doing that till the baby reaches maturity, but for now they're soft and malleable. Like their skull is actually several plates that will shift and mold as your baby squeezes through your pelvis. Babies kind of have a soft spot on the top of their head when they're born, and that will close in over time as the baby grows. And those plates come together to create their skull. So I didn't realize they had so many more bones than we did. I thought that was a cool fact and wanted to share that with you. And one other one that I meant to say when the baby sucks on the fingers is they can kind of make fists too. And just hearing and thinking about those movements that can be happening inside your body can make you feel like what a miracle it is as you just close your eyes and imagine your baby making fists or sucking on their fingers or their bones hardening. It's pretty cool. There are a lot of miracles with pregnancy. So with you may be getting a little bit more hungry. You might want to eat more often, and this is fine. And also know that gaining weight at this time is normal, and it is fine, and it is good to gain weight with your pregnancies. If you can, focus on eating good and healthy whole foods. Pregnancy can help set your baby up to have good health. If you feed it good food, that makes a difference. I didn't realize that it made a difference with my first couple pregnancies, and I kind of just ate what I wanted when I wanted because I knew I was going to gain the weight anyways. But as I have done more research on pregnancy and needs of mom and baby, I have learned so much more about nutrition and how important and good it is, not just for baby, but also for mom and her health. So if you're able to make whole food choices and increase your protein, that can be a blessing. I know it's not easy, so don't beat yourself up if you feel like you can't get there. Just try. We get rewarded for our efforts. I mentioned a little bit about weight gain, and something that also can start showing up depending on the woman and depending on the pregnancy. Usually with your first pregnancy, things like this don't show up maybe this early, but you could be getting stretch marks. I did do like a stretch mark lotion for during one of my pregnancies, but didn't really focus on it for my other pregnancies, and just haven't worried about it too much, even though I did receive stretch marks. And that's up to you. There's a lot of options out there. Maybe do some research if you're getting stretch marks and it's concerning, on what to do to help with those. Another thing that could be starting to appear for mama is heartburn. Heartburn is very unpleasant. I honestly, for a lot of my pregnancies, especially towards the end when the heartburn got worse, I did just take Tums. Always check with your OBGYN, your midwife, or your provider on if that is safe for pregnancy. There's a lot of also alternatives to taking Tums to help with the heartburn. And one of them that I did implement this last pregnancy when I was trying to take less medications overall during pregnancy is don't lay down too soon after eating, but also when you do lay down, don't lay all the way flat, sleep propped up a little bit. And I did find that helped me a little bit. There's a wives' tale out there that if you have a lot of heartburn, your baby's going to have a lot of hair. So that's kind of, in my mind, would make the heartburn worth it. Oh yeah, this baby's going to have hair. And honestly, I can't remember if that held true to all of my babies. I think for my third and fourth, it did. And I don't remember if I had bad heartburn towards the end of my first two pregnancies. But it did hold true for number 3 and 4. Anyway, today I wanted to talk about, baby moving. So anywhere from 16 to 25 weeks, you can begin to start to feel baby moving. And this is kind of the mindset tip of this episode that I wanted to share with you. When I first felt the baby move, and I was pretty certain that's what it was strange to me. It felt kind of weird, foreign, strange, and I thought it would be more special, but for some reason it just felt so weird to me. But as I have had more babies, it has become even more and more special to begin to feel the baby to move. Those first fetal movements can vary from mama to mama and pregnancy to pregnancy. So maybe you'll feel it really early in one pregnancy and maybe not so early in other pregnancies. It is easier to notice the more pregnancies you've had. So with your first one, it might be harder to recognize just because this is your first time. You don't really know. But with your second pregnancy, you will be familiar and know what it was like to feel the baby move. So it's easier to feel them sooner probably the second time around. Some women describe that first movement as like a fluttering, like a butterfly or like an angel's wings, are a couple of the comparisons that have been made. Others kind of call it a tumbling or a twitching sensation. And some people have even mentioned that it feels like gas or bubbles. One of the frequently asked questions, I don't know if it's one of the frequently asked questions, but one question is, can it or will it hurt when the baby is moving? So at this point in your pregnancy, it's going to be very small movements, and it won't really hurt that much at this point. As you go on and as baby grows and your stomach grows and things seem to get tighter, you'll be able to feel it more. And sometimes it'll feel like they're sitting on your bladder or clear up in your ribs. And it can be a little irritating or aggravating. I remember with one pregnancy, I had to sit up very straight and kind of push my right hand down on my ribs and just kind of push the baby out of my ribs a couple of times because it can get a little uncomfortable. But you are not to that point yet. You are just to the points where you are feeling this baby move and it shouldn't be painful or uncomfortable at this time. It's always fun to start noticing when they're moving, though, and it's even more exciting when you're able to feel it on the outside so that you can have your spouse, your husband come feel the baby move, or your kids, whoever you like to share that with. That's a really fun moment, is to share that when the baby is moving. So I want to remind you or encourage you to think about the baby moving and this journey that it is. These moments carry profound encouragement. It is a kick of reassurance, a sign of vitality and hope. It's a call to trust in the journey, even amidst uncertainties. The baby's movements can invite reflection on the resilience of life, the promise of new beginnings, and the love that grows with each passing day. They remind us to marvel at ordinary miracles, how a heart no bigger than a walnut beats with purpose, how tiny limbs stretch towards a future yet unseen. Here are a couple of scriptures that I want to share with you. The first one is from Psalms 139, 13 through 14. For you created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. You are wonderfully made, and so is your baby. This passage celebrates the care of the Creator, weaving each life with intention. I also want to share one more scripture. It's Jeremiah 1:5. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. That's just amazing. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. These are little spirits that we are blessed to bring into this world, to be mothers to, and to raise up unto the Lord. You can do it. And as you feel that baby move in the womb, I hope that you will pause, give thanks, and embrace this wonderful journey with faith. These babies are a whisper of the divine, a reminder that everyday life is a miracle, crafted with love and destined for greatness, just like you and this sweet little one within your womb. Celebrate these moments, find beauty and joy in them, and find more positivity. Thank you for listening, Mama. Thank you for sharing this with your other pregnant friends, and thank you most of all for implementing these things into your own life. I really hope that it helps you to find more positivity, because that is my desire, is to help you to find positivity during this season of life and hopefully draw you closer to God in the process. If you want to listen to my outro, it also is new, and we will talk again next week. Until next time. Thank you for being a part of the Positivity in Pregnancy and Motherhood podcast, for listening, for sharing, and most of all, for applying these tools into your own life to improve your own happiness so that you can find your own better thoughts and becoming the mother that you desire to be through taking small steps in thought and action to reach your goals. If you are a mother who has an inner desire to enjoy motherhood and pregnancy better, but you are having difficulty figuring it out, I can help you. Thanks for joining. Reach out, let's connect, and let's see you move forward in your motherhood. My name is Jocelyn, and I thank you for listening. Until next time.